Hello everyone. I want to put a question in your mind. What do you visualize when you play games? Do you think of playing online over Discord chats in the peak of a pandemic? Or maybe at 2 in the morning in your college dorm?
Oh, that's good.
Are you just playing in silence, or are you trash talking, laughing, and joking about every interaction that happens? All of these are valid answers. I mean, Smash is a game that can be played in so many ways. I'm sure you know that this series has brought many cherished memories for all of us. When I think of what playing Smash looks like today, I think about a major level tournament. The thrill, adrenaline, and stakes on the line make it the most exciting way to play the game to me. There are so many factors at stake that bubble in conversation. The most recent rankings can set the stage for a set having an underdog. What about the region they're from, and if they're well represented? How good is the character they play? There is so much emotion behind it. I have endured heartbreaking losses, clutch victories, and seen many a storyline that have without a doubt enhanced my Smash journey. It wasn't always this way. For my first 2 to 3 years of actively competing, when I thought about Smash, I thought about the local tournament scene. I thought about how it felt to conquer local demons for the first time. I loved rising higher on the local power rankings, and seeing my number next to my name go up. I had idolized the players that I had seen before on streams and YouTube videos, like this one. I remember late night dinners with my local buddies and talking about the game's competitive meta for hours on end, as we all yearned to become stronger players. That brings me to today's video topic. Today, I want to focus on the importance of the local tournament scene and why I believe that it is an underappreciated experience to learning not just about your Smash ability, but yourself as a person. Let's get started. The first point I want to emphasize is the value that a third space adds to your life. If you are not aware, a third space is defined as a social surrounding separate from your two primary social environments of home and work. Places like bars, gyms, parks, malls, cafes, etc. Don't be fooled by the dooming lens of competition. Smash tournaments can be that third local space. There will be times where you won't be playing a set, and in that period of time, you can socialize and meet people who are all united under one bare interest at minimum. Everybody at a local tournament has at least some level of passion for the game. If they didn't, why would they show up? Are they fake retired like everyone says? Be for real. As we transition further into a digital world, talking to people in person can be a little bit intimidating at first. But once you get past that original barrier in your head, you meet some folks, you chat some people up, the whole world starts to open up to you. Contrary to popular belief, we are not just Smash Bros bots who play the game and that's it. We are people that have lives, stories, experiences that shape who we are and who we want to become.
Now, walking around, saying hi to all these awesome people. We got some awesome people here playing some cards. We've had some kids. It's for content creation.
I wish this was more on display, because in my experience, learning from other people's experiences beyond the game was always a highlight of my time when I was entering locals consistently. If I wanted to talk about the game, I could. It was a safe conversation starter. But if I was curious on how my buddy's job application search was going, we would talk about that. If I was curious on how a friend's Pokemon shiny hunt was going, we could talk about that. The newest Marvel movie, the latest birthday party, I mean, even political news if we wanted to, but I don't open that can of worms too often. We could talk about so many things if you are willing to open up. Now, I'm definitely biased here as a huge extrovert, but building core connections with people that you don't get to see on a day-to-day basis really makes you cherish the time that you have with them at tournaments. Seeing people that you like to see consistently will make you more passionate in both competition and your life. So definitely poke your head out there and see what kind of people you can meet. Not everything has to be as online as you might think. Now, aside from social connections, I think there's a lot of value in local rivalries. Now, a rival is someone that you are constantly competing with at multiple events, as you both really want to win, improve, and succeed. Because your goals are aligned, you compete against each other on a regular basis. You're actively pushing each other, and this is a very good thing to keep motivation strong. I was actually inspired by a lot of my rivals when I was competing locally. Finding your rival and becoming partners that want to become better will have a drastic impact even at higher levels. Take a look at Mars and Light. They are competing at the top of the top, but are still pushing each other even when they don't play regularly anymore. At least in tournament. There's always that one player that will make you play at your best, no matter how long you guys haven't played against each other. And for me, that will always be Ned. By the way, see you at the Chicago Summit in December. Can't wait to play you. If we look at it holistically, local tournaments are also a place where you get to handle losses and wins on a regular basis. Your ego might get crushed because you get upset by somebody that you are supposedly ranked higher or play better than. You might be overwhelmed with joy over defeating somebody that you have never taken a set off of. These emotions are extremely important in helping you learn about how you handle yourself in a community-oriented setting.
No!
They can be the barrier between breaking out at a tournament or busting out early because you lose to yourself. I think this happens at competitions of any scale, so taking advantage of how often local tournaments happen will be a great source of improvement. Now, these are all just statements that I've experienced in my time competing, but what is a statement without some real legitimate proof? I feel as though I had learned the most I've ever learned in this game when I was actively competing in Chicago local tournaments from June 2021 to June 2022. That full year of offline competition had me fighting new characters, matchups, playstyles, various skills that had been absent for your typical online Elite Smash or Battle Arena games. Reacting to neutral getup, anti-airing landings by tracking the opponent's resources, burst range, these are all concepts that are very hard to understand online. Now, they're not impossible by any means, but it's definitely not as obvious as someone pointing it out to you in person. It's much easier to ask a human being sitting next to you than waiting for someone online who might have not even read your message in the first place. Now, if you know me, I got my true start in Smash as a local Chicago player primarily, but that's not to say that I haven't done some traveling to other regions. I actually grew up in Northern California before coming to Chicago for college, and that means that anytime I had a break from my studies, I was going back home. NorCal was my sister scene that I frequented very often, and this was actually where I started to understand something. Different regions do not play the same metagames, oh my goodness. Whereas Chicago had sorties, brawlers, and characters that really tried to mess you up when they got close to you, NorCal was full of zoners and wonky characters that you wouldn't expect. Meet Gunner, Belmont, Minmin. Playing in these different regions really honed my experience in handling all the types of players that wanted to play me in different ways. I think this experience, without a doubt, contributed to my growth. I was super terrified going to my first ever NorCal local because I didn't know how to act in a whole different scene, but I'm so glad I did it because I owe so much to that scene as well for housing me and giving me time to really experience new playstyles. But why stop in America, right? To add even more fuel to the fire, I went to Paris for study abroad in the summer of 2023. I got to spend a full 3 months in France, traveling to Germany and the United Kingdom, and I got to experience an even weirder character pool of DDD, Samus, Pac-Man, and Sora. Truly a memorable experience getting to play people of this caliber.
So, how we doing, bro?
Doing good. We got top 3.
We hate Luigi.
We had Luigi, but I didn't even play him.
Oh, and by the way, for all you French heads out there, all you European guys, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm definitely making a video talking about Europe versus America and what I learned. The point is how different those regions are. Playing these matchups at a higher level actually improved my matchup refresh rate. Check out my last video if you want to learn more about that. I'm going to try and link it somewhere, maybe in the iCard top right. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because all of these shared experiences were able to teach me about the game in so many ways that I had never even imagined. This game is global, and I am very blessed to have learned something very special from all the regions that I have visited. Even smaller, isolated ones like Hawaii, which had way too many Kazuyas for me to even count. I think I played like 4 out of my 6 sets for Kazuya. Shoutouts to you, Big Stu. Appreciate you. Nowadays, I don't go to as many locals as I once did, but that's not to say that locals are not important. I believe they are the foundation for a grassroots scene like Smash. People that are able to consistently support their local scenes are truly gems that we do not cherish, regardless of skill level. I don't care if you're a top player in your region or a 2-tour, 0-tour, 1-tour trying to get better. You contribute to this scene. But if we want to give props, there's one person that I have to give a shout out to, and that is Louis Money. I went to 6 local tournaments in Northern California this summer, got second at all of them, all thanks to this guy gating me Game 5 or Game 10. He's Mr. Game 5, Mr. NorCal, and the Guildhouse champ, I get it. But come on, not even one tournament, dude? Next time. I admire his dedication to show his support to help his scene improve. I had not gone to too many locals in a while due to changes in my day-to-day life, but this rivalry, if you could call it that, really contributed to me learning and wanting more. It is truly refreshing to be able to play such high-level sets at a regular basis with no rankings or things to worry about aside from the local scene. I think being able to go to a local tournament and play new people is an experience that I would suggest to anybody trying to improve and achieve their goals. You don't have to push to be a top player. Sometimes you just want to go and play the game with people in your city, and that's totally fine. That's dope, actually. As I said at the start of the video, this game can be anything you want it to be. Push for what you want, and it doesn't have to be just competition. Commentary, stream work, TOing, graphic design, anything you want. If you could take anything from this video, I sincerely urge you to go to a local tournament if you haven't been before. You will have a good time, I promise. And if you don't, then there are hundreds of other hobbies that you could tap into. At the end of the day, we're just trying to have fun, so find your kind of fun. Thank you all so much for watching. The support on my first YouTube video was absolutely stellar, and I actually can't wait to keep making more content like this. I would love to read your experiences on the local tournament scene if you've been, so please drop a comment. I'll be sure to read it all. All likes and subs are appreciated. I think we're trying to get to 1K by the end of the year. See you all next time. Thanks.